Let's talk about fifth grade curriculum choices for the 2024-2025 school year. Grab your glass of water and let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Geraldine. I'm a mom of 3 kids, ages 10, 3, and 1. We have completed 5 years of homeschool with my oldest daughter. We started when she was in kindergarten in 2019, and she is now starting 5th grade in the 2024-2025 school year. So today I just wanted to go through all of the curriculum choices that she will be using. A few months ago, I made some subject-specific curriculum reveal videos, which everything in what I have here today is from those videos. I have added a couple of things since I made those videos. So I wanted to be able to share with you all of the things that I will be doing with my 5th grade daughter this coming school year. So I have everything kind of out on my table. I will show some clips of everything laid out, and it looks like a lot when it's all laid out, but when it comes down to what we do each day, it really is pretty manageable, and we break it up into several parts of our day. So I'm going to start with language arts, and then math, science, health, and nature, and then history, geography, and Bible, and literature, and then character study, habit study, and electives. So things like poetry, music study, picture study, hymn study, and art. We are going to start with language arts, and I pick and choose different curriculum from different companies. That's just how I like to do it. So the first thing that we're going to be using for reading is Reading 5 from Christian Light Education. This is the teacher's manual, and this is the book that goes with it called Open Windows. This is the reader, and then it comes with 5 light units, and this program is meant to be over the course of a semester. So the way that we are going to be scheduling this will be for the first 20 weeks of school, and then we do a 36-week school year. So I'll show you in a minute what we're going to be using once we finish Reading 5. Now, because we did that this last year, we also started Fix-It Grammar Level 1 at the end of this last year. And so my daughter has completed 10 lessons already, or 10 weeks in this curriculum. So while we are doing Reading 5 for the first 20 weeks of school, we're going to finish the 20 leftover weeks that we have for Fix-It Grammar. So she'll be working on 1 week per week. Along with those 2 things, she will be doing her copy work, dictation, and narrations in this book, the lesson book, Level 4. And this is made by Sherry Hayes at momdelights.com. She sells these on Amazon, and they're just a few dollars, maybe like $8 or $9. But these books are really neat, and they just have 2 2-page spreads per week. So this is the first one where you would do your copy work over here. You could have your child write down any words for spelling that they need to be working on. There's a spot for sentences and lesson doodles. And then on the next page is dictation and narration. So we will be doing copy work 2 days per week, dictation 1 day per week, and written narration 1 day per week. And then there's spots for a narrative, or for a narrative drawing, and then lesson doodles over here. This is something new that we're using this year, so I will definitely keep you posted on how we like it and how we're using it. Along with these things, my daughter will also be starting Typing 1 from The Good and the Beautiful. We haven't really worked on any typing yet, and she has done a little bit of typing, but obviously it's just kind of the hunt and peck method, and I want her to know how to type well, so we are going to start a typing program this year. We'll just be doing that about 2 days per week. Now, like I said, when we finish reading 5 and Fix It Grammar, we are going to be starting the purple book from Learning Language Arts Through Literature. We have the teacher book here in the front and the student activity book here in the back. And so we will just be doing the first 16 weeks of this during 5th grade. And yes, this is the 5th grade skills book. So we will probably either continue on with this through summer next year, just a little bit, or we might save this and continue it on during her 6th grade year, which is totally fine with me. I think that we are doing more than enough in language arts to learn all that she needs to know. Okay, so we're working our way down the table, and the next thing that we have here is math. And we have been using Math UC since my daughter was in kindergarten. We started with primer and have worked our way up. And this year we will be doing the epsilon level, which is fractions. This is her student workbook, and I usually tear all the pages out of this so that it's not so overwhelming. And we don't even use necessarily every single page of each lesson, but they are all there and available. She also has her test booklet, and we do the tests after each lesson, but I don't grade her work to keep records of grades necessarily. It's just kind of a diagnostic that I use to know if she is mastering the concepts. Along with Math UC, we are going to be using the multiplication flashcards. These are from Memoria Press, down here, Memoria Press. And these are just simple multiplication cards. The answer is on the back, so when I'm quizzing her, I can just quickly, see the answer on the back. So these will come in really handy just for extra multiplication practice. I want her to maintain her multiplication skills really well so that fractions are easier for her when she needs to reduce and things like that. Last year in 4th grade, we started using the Kumon multiplication and division books. And so I just have her normally do 1 page every so often. So even though this is a 2-page spread, I just have her do like the left side one day, and then the next day she works on a division page, and then after that she'll do the next side of the multiplication, and then the next day she'll work on division. So that's just kind of a little warm-up that we are going to be doing this coming year, just to kind of continue those multiplication and division skills, because they are more challenging and she just needs a little bit of extra practice, because Math UC is not a spiral approach to math, it is mastery. So there's not quite as much review of old concepts that I would like to incorporate. So we're just going to continue using those 4th grade level multiplication and division workbooks to kind of supplement and have some extra practice. So next we are going to be talking about science, health, and some nature study resources. So we are going to be using the How to Be Good at Science, Technology, and Engineering book. And these are just 1-page spreads of reading. And then we have the How to Be Good at Science, Technology, and Engineering workbook for grades 2 through 5. They also have a grades 6 through 8 version, but I went ahead and just got the 2 through 5 for my daughter. So we will be doing this about 3 days per week. And then on the 4th day, we will be doing health. And so we are finishing up Health, Safety, and Manners 3 from Abeka. We are about halfway through this from this last year. And so then we will continue this about once per week this coming year. And then if we finish that, then we will go into Developing Good Health, which is also from Abeka, the same program. And this is for 4th grade in their curriculum, but it doesn't really matter what grade level it is. It's good information. For nature study, we will be using the Christian Liberty Nature Reader. This is book 4. And so we will do a reading of this 2 days per week. And we're going to start out the year with me reading them to her, which is what we did this last year. And then eventually she wound up reading it on her own and then narrating to me what she read about. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. I do enjoy reading these as well, so we might just continue it as a read aloud. Some other books that I have been seeing a lot in kind of more Charlotte Mason circles, and they recommend on Ambleside Online, are the Burgess books, and they have the bird book, the seashore book, and the animal book. And so my plan is to ask my daughter which one of these that she wants to do first, and then we will just read a chapter of this book on the alternating days from the Nature Reader. And those just looked really fun to do. So we're going to try that this year. It's a bit of a challenge to film sometimes in my dining room because of all of the windows that are in here, which are great for lighting, but sometimes not so great for backgrounds. So sorry about the glare if that bothers you. So for the next subject here, we have our Sunlight History Bible Literature, and it comes with lots and lots of books. So I'm just going to show you kind of an overview of the books that we'll be using for different subjects. So for the Bible portion, we will be using the Bible, obviously. So there are student readings and parent readings each day, and then we will be doing this book, Starting Strong, which is kind of a devotional book, probably 2 or 3 days a week. It kind of schedules it in the instructor's guide to go all week long, but I'm not sure if it'll take us that long. So the way the chapters are laid out, it's just 1 page front and back of reading, and then a couple pages of questions. And so we will work on that together throughout the week. It'll probably take us 2 to 3 days. And then on the 3rd day, we will be doing Case 4, which this is a 3-book-in-1 thick book. This is by Lee Strobel. Case for a Creator, Case for Christ, and Case for Faith. And these are the kids' versions. And so these have probably 10 pages or so that you would read. So here's chapter 1, and it's just several pages. Oh, that was chapter 1. 6 pages or so of reading to do once a week. In the History Bible Literature program, there is scripture memorization, and I made this little memorization booklet to make it easier for us to actually do it. So in this little booklet, I have everything labeled by weeks. And so this is week 1. We will be doing the first 3 verses of Psalm 103. And then the second week, we'll add on 3 more verses until we've memorized the whole thing. So there are several longer scriptures that we will be memorizing this year, along with several shorter ones as well. But this is just to help us actually get it done every day. We will also be listening to this CD called The Heavens Declare. And this has 12 memory songs. And that all goes along with the memorization of scripture memory that you work on. With the History Bible Literature package comes How to Eat a Poem. And so this is just 1 poem 2 days per week. And then we have the main history books that go along with this. So we have The Landmark History of the American People, and this is volume 2. Volume 1 is used in level D. And then the Smithsonian American History, a visual encyclopedia. And then this Usborne book called The World Wars. And I know my daughter will love those because they have a lot of great pictures and captions for her to read. She really likes those types of history books. This is the instructor's manual that comes with the History Bible Literature program. And so in here, I just have everything already ready to go with the weekly tabs, the maps, all of the timeline figures over here that I have put in envelopes based on what term they're for. And so we will be using this all the time to have great discussions about the history readings and about all of the read alouds. This is the basket of readers that my daughter will be reading in the afternoons. And so these are books that she reads on her own, and then she will come and narrate to me what she's read about. The instructor's guide comes with great questions that you can use for discussion of these books. We prefer to do more of a narration method, but if for some reason she is struggling that day on narrating, I can grab the instructor's guide and be able to ask her detailed questions. One of the things that I'm working on this summer is reading the first term's worth of readers so that I have read the books and can discuss them easier with her. I have never read most of these books. In fact, I don't think I've read any of these books. And so I really enjoy being able to read and discuss what she is working on. And as if there weren't enough books to go along with the History Bible Literature program, I saw these at a curriculum sale and I had to pick them up. So these are the If You Were books. So this one is If You Were a Pioneer on the Prairie and If You Traveled West in a Covered Wagon. And these will go really well, I think, with the Level E that we're going to be using this coming year. There are also a couple more about Native Americans and colonial times that I picked up, but those go more with the program that we have for last year, but we'll still probably work them in somehow. And then my daughter really likes to color when I'm doing some of our readings for history or Bible or anything else really. And so I picked this Civil War fashions coloring book up for her. And she's already worked on this a little bit here and there, but she can just work on this. And when she's finished with this one, we can head up to our local homeschool store and pick up another one. These are great. These are the Dover coloring books, and they have them on so many different topics, and you can order these online, and we can go pick them up in a town near us. So as part of the History Bible Literature program, there are also lots of read alouds. And so here are the 17 read alouds that we will be doing this coming year. So I'm still working my way around the table here. And now I am at the character study, habit study, and kind of extra Bible things that we're going to be working on this year. So the first thing is the Girl's Guide to Making Really Good Choices. And this is by Elizabeth George. And so I thought this would be a good book to do. And it has 10 chapters, and we are probably going to be doing a chapter over about 3 weeks. They're kind of long and have lots of great discussion questions and things like that. So it'll take us a bit to get through this book. We're going to be using Kids of Character by Character Concepts. So it comes with this Bible study book that has two-page spreads per character trait. And then it also comes with this book, Portraits of Integrity. So it also comes with these Kids of Character cards. And these have the character trait and the definition on one side, and then the verse that corresponds that you're using throughout the study of that character trait on the other side. So we really like to hang these up in our school area. The next thing we have here is Laying Down the Rails, and this is from Simply Charlotte Mason. It's written by Sonia Schaefer. And so that is the kind of parent guide that you read through before you teach the lessons. And the lessons are out of these two books. So we have book 1 and book 2. It has several pages for each of the habits that you're working on, and just lesson ideas and stories that you can read and things like that. I can do a more in-depth look inside of these or anything else that I've shown here today. If you're interested, just let me know down in the comment box. Okay, so we are at the last spot at the table here for enrichment studies, and we are going to start out talking about our hymn study. This is the hymn that we're working on right now. There will be a new one each month. And these are from Happy Hymnody. They put out a hymn of the month, and they make a music video with the lyrics that you can just go onto their YouTube channel, Happy Hymnody, and listen to their hymn of the month. You can also visit their website and print out the lyric sheets along with some copy work and sometimes like a page that you can color and things like that, which is really fun. They also have a full Etsy shop where you can purchase a full hymn study for all of the hymns that they're gonna do for that year. But I just do the simple way of watching the video for the music and then using the song sheets to sing along with. So we'll do that a few times per week. And then we will work on our picture study. And we're going to be working on 3 different artists this coming year. So we're going to start with Tintoretto. And so a friend of mine let me borrow all of these art prints. And these were actually printed from the free Ambleside online photos that you can download and print out. And so that is what these are from. So I will put the other artists on the screen here because at the moment I can't remember the other 2 that we're going to be working on. But we'll be doing picture study 1 day per week. We'll be doing music study 1 day per week. So we are going to be working on Beethoven, Vivaldi, and Chopin. I don't have one of these for Vivaldi, but I either will just check out some CDs from our library for music, or we will just use the Ambleside online links to the music that goes along with Vivaldi this year. These 3 are on the Ambleside online music study schedule or composer study schedule. But these are the music study with the masters by Sonia Schaefer. They come with 2 CDs and then a booklet that has tons of information about that composer's life and things that you should know about those composers. So we'll be working on composer study 1 day per week. We will be working on poetry using the Ambleside Online Poetry Anthology. This is volume 5. And we will do the first 2 each will be during their own term. So term 1 will be Rudyard Kipling, term 2, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and then the 3rd term will be doing both of these, John Greenleaf Whittier and Paul Laurence Dunbar. And so we will be reading this book 2 days per week, and we'll do a couple of poems per reading. And then the last thing that we'll be using in enrichment is How to Teach Art to Children by Evan Moore. And this just has different lessons on lines and shapes and color, just basic art theory and projects that you can work on. And so we will be doing this on Fridays. So I think that is about it that we will be using for my 5th grader this coming school year. Let me know if you have used any of these materials and if you loved them or didn't. If you have any encouraging words about any of this curriculum, please let me know because I'm really excited to get started on all of this in August. I am doing some planning videos here coming up on kind of how I'm getting ready and organized for the school year. Recently you saw that I got my new bookshelf, and so I got all of that organized, and now I need to figure out how I'm going to store all of this curriculum so that it's accessible and easy to use each day so that we can get started quickly and not have to worry about finding all of our materials each day. I hope that you enjoyed seeing everything that we're going to be using for my daughter for her 5th grade school year. And if you have any questions or comments about any of the things that I talked about today, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of this curriculum and how you liked it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoy curriculum content, and stick around, hit the notification bell so that you are informed when I post a new video. I make videos about curriculum and planning and organization, and I will be doing lots of reviews this coming school year. I also plan on doing probably monthly updates on how our curriculum is going and how we're liking things, so stick around for that. We would love to have you as part of our YouTube family. Again, thank you so much for watching today, and we will see you next time.